It's Chris Waldeck.
Boom. What is up, Las Vegas? How are you guys all doing tonight? That's what I love to hear. My name's Chris Waldeck. I'm 34 years old. I'm also autistic. And that's exactly the amount of applause that deserves. Because you see, I'm a little bit different. I'm what's called the lower end of the spectrum. Because I found out I was autistic till I was 28 years old. And some of you guys are like, whoa, because most of you all figured out since I walked on stage. That's how I know I'm the lower end of the spectrum. Man, I love living in Vegas. I've been living here for about 7 years now. Beautiful city to live in. Vegas is a very special place. Vegas is the only place where you'll find tweakers on Fremont Street that are more qualified for gold medals than Australian breakdancers. Vegas is the only place where you can be barely making ends meet, but still have $400 to drop off doing a parlay. Vegas is the only place where there's as many advertisements for personal injury attorneys as there are for pink dildos. Lots of changing in Vegas. So many people are moving here. There's so much traffic. Before it used to take me 15 minutes to get from my house to the Strat. Now it takes me about as long as it takes Deion Sanders' kid to get drafted. Boom. But yeah. So I found out I was autistic till I was 20 years old. Do you guys know what age most kids find out they're autistic? 5. Someone said 5?
3.
3? That was close. It's actually 2. And I found out to turn 28. You know what the fuck were my parents doing? Like, I may be autistic, but I just found my parents are retarded. My dad's name is Gerald, so it's safe to say I'm one of Jerry's kids. And now I know it's over 30 by who laughed at that joke. And my mom's an accountant. She's not the best accountant, though, because she can count everything with the amount of Tylenol she's supposed to take. I know I came from my dad's left nut because I just ain't right. I have zero issue with being autistic. My biggest fear is that I'm going to make the autistic kids look bad. You guys get it? They got a reputation. They're good at stuff. We got our Lord Elon, Binex, pumping Bitcoin, building hyperloops underneath the strip. And you have guys like me on stage, I just look like I should be good at stuff. Dressed up here as fly, as fuck as I am right now. But in all honesty, I'm just dressed as fly because they said I couldn't wear my helmet on stage. One of the coolest things about being autistic and doing comedy is I got this weird stim, this weird twitch that I do with my hand. You guys have probably been watching it, wondering if there's someone operating this remote control backstage. You see, it's a weird stim, it's a weird twitch that I have. It's both a pro and a con. You see, on one hand, if ever one of my jokes doesn't land, I just got one hand clapping for me. But on the other hand, it makes it very hard for me to talk to women because, well, fun fact, if you do this and you're not autistic, you're just running for president. Boom. Before I came to the beautiful city of Vegas, I grew up in the beautiful state of Florida. I heard Honolulu is a beautiful state, but it's also probably another reason why it took me so long to figure out I was autistic. Because over there I was just called normal. I quickly realized there's a lot of similarities, a lot of differences between growing up in Florida and growing up in Vegas. For example, some similarities. Drinking driving in Florida and drinking driving in Vegas. Well, just call it driving. And when your food gets stolen in Florida, when your food gets stolen in Vegas, in both places just called DoorDash. In both places, Florida and Vegas, the people are what are called plant-based diets. It's called cocaine. Oh yeah, lots of cocaine off strip here in Vegas. There's so much cocaine off strip here in Vegas, when the locals hear their bumps on the road, they don't even bring construction equipment. They spit straws. And now weed's legal in Nevada, so you know what that means? If you're over a pothole, it's really a pothole. But there are some big differences though. For example, I'm a huge nerd, grew up in Florida, used to play a game that was called Dungeons and Dragons. I heard one woo, so I know I am indeed not the only unfuckable person here tonight. In Florida, that was a game, Dungeons and Dragons. We played Dungeons and Dragons in Vegas, now it's a swingers club. Much smaller dragons, though. And there would be a difference between growing up in Florida and growing up in Vegas or the dating apps. I was terrible at dating in Florida using apps like Tinder and Bumble. So much easier to date in Vegas. Now I just use Cash App and Venmo. I know, you guys are just listening to my set right now. You guys are just thinking ahead, man, this is the most awkward timeshare presentation we've ever been to. And the rest of you guys are looking me on stage are like, I thought the subway guy was in jail. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been great. Make some noise for your host, Derek Luna. Thank you so much.
Chris Waldeck, everybody, let him hear it one more time.